How's it going, everyone? So Apple's WWDC for this year is now complete, and now we actually have iOS 27 installed on our devices. Now this is the developer beta, and next month, sometime in July, the public beta should be released, and the official version, the official launch, should be on sometime during the fall, really, like Apple typically does. But in this video, we're taking a quick look and see what's new on CarPlay, because there actually is a couple of new things, such as the new wallpapers you notice in the background. So all that and more in today's video, and yes, timestamps of all this stuff will be in the description down below for your pleasure. Let's start off with the first thing you will see and notice is the new UI updates. You got the new liquid glass design for some of these icons, like the app icon. Its layout's totally different. The podcast also got some enhancements as well. The phone, not so much, but you'll see it across other apps. I'm pretty sure over time even third parties will start adding this like liquid glass effect alongside with the Apple apps. Now, other noticeable things that you can immediately see is that we have new UI tweaks right here for your battery percentage. The app icon has been slightly updated as well. And then when we go to the main dashboards, notice how it has like a new fade effect in the back as well, with your now playing, as well as like your calendar events. You can still long hold to clear all if you like as well, but that's how it looks like now. And then the widget page, nothing has really changed here that I've seen. Maybe they added some new widgets, still too early to tell, but you can see it better how the new wallpaper looks like, which I'll cover more in a little bit. But if you long hold, it doesn't do anything. Same goes for long holding over apps, still doesn't do anything. Now, one of the new apps I did notice that's first party from Apple is the music app. If we exit out of here and go to the main page, notice how this tab right here always gives you access to the media that's currently playing. You can also tap on it to go to the next track and such, like you always can, but you can now press on it right here. So as you're browsing through your albums, your recently played songs and such, this is the new UI look for Apple Music. It's very similar to like the current one on your iPhone, because your search bar is right there next to your library, and then you still have this like menu icon right here, but it does not have a liquid glass design. So slightly new update right there and change. In terms of new features, doesn't seem like Apple added anything, but we're still pretty early on to this beta stage. This is after all beta 1. Now, another app that got an update is the Apple Maps. Now whenever you start navigation, it does have a new UI update, as the liquid glass, like the back arrow, now has this new look. And when you hit start, it does feature small tweaks here and there, but we still don't have satellite view or anything like that, as you're seeing. But some of the icons have been updated. It's primarily the back arrow, as you can see right here, but if we select keyboard, still looks exactly the same. Siri, it does have the new Siri icon, but our Siri is still the old-fashioned Siri because we're still in the beta stage. It's downloading the new beta right now as we speak, so definitely going to be making a follow-up video to the new Siri improvements, because I'm pretty sure it's also on Apple CarPlay. But that's a quick overview on Apple Maps. Nothing really new other than UI changes. And then the pinch and zoom might be supported in more vehicles, but this vehicle always had the pinch and zoom multi-touch functionality for some reason, even though this is a 2017 F-150. Now let's get out of here and go cover what's new in the settings of things. So setting wise, I did take a quick glance. I went over all this. Nothing really new got added that I've seen. You still have your announced messages. That's always been a thing. The on and off is kind of glitchy, but that's expected. It still is in the beta stage. Appearance, you still have dark mode, always dark mode, even with Apple Maps. That's not new. Customize icon, you can toggle dark mode, and this is how the dark mode looks like for Apple Maps. And clear looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but nothing new or dramatic there. We still don't have the ability to remove like the names underneath the apps like it's displayed right here. That would be nice if we had that additional settings. Well, if we go into wallpaper, these are new wallpapers. I kind of like some of these, especially this like dark blue one, but you have more shades of dark colors, which is quite nice. And then of course, if we switch to light mode as an example, appearance, and we go into automatic, and we go back, go to display, not display, I meant to say wallpaper. Here's the lighter shades as well, so you still got solid colors, and something tells me this might be a teaser to the next generation of iPhones. But going back to the UI, this is how it looks like. Not a huge fan of the light color, honestly. Doesn't look as premium, but I'm sure if you have like a lighter interior color vehicle, this may be suitable for that car setup. But I'm gonna redo the dark mode, always dark, because I think it just looks better in this car like that. But let's exit out of here, go back to wallpapers, and the final 3 row, we have a neutral gray, a light gray, and a dark, just black basically. But no way to import like custom wallpapers, unfortunately. And then if you guys been enjoying this video so far, like to support the channel, if you could kindly take 2 seconds to hit that like button, that really does help out the channel, as that allows the channel to be powered by you guys, the viewers, which is why you don't see ad sponsorship segments taking like a minute or 2 off your time integrated in the video. Thanks to you guys for those that took the time to leave that like button. Really does allow this channel to continue to be powered independently without having to rely on brands, just viewers. So thank you so much for those that took the time on supporting the channel by just hitting that like button. Really does mean a lot. Let's carry on. Now in accessibilities, as you can see, we still have the same traditional stuff like sound recognition. Last time they integrated baby crying, we still have that. They haven't added anything else in that list of things. But then we go into voice control is exactly the same like it was before, just the new icon updates like right there. Does like a cool animation now. Bold text, you can still do that. I do want to see text size if you could. Nope, you're still stuck at 135 as being the max. And then color filtering, same 4:1 that we always had in the past. Nothing crazy. You could adjust the intensity. That's always been a thing. But let's exit out of here. Siri integration, no new Siri features yet. Pin conversations, live activities, and silent mode still is the exact same. So nothing new added there, unfortunately. So this is somewhat of an underwhelming update, because we didn't really see anything crazy. But again, we are still technically early on in the beta version. This is after all just beta 1. But another thing I have noticed is the UI liquid glass is starting to not just affect first party apps, but also third party apps as well. But in the new news audio, you still have that like UI very similar to like Apple Music, where you always have the ability to pause and play or go to the next track right there, regardless what side of the menu you are on. This also includes Apple Podcasts as well. You still have the ability to always play, skip forward while you're browsing between other stations or channels to start listening to. Then exiting out there, Apple Audiobooks also features a similar layout as well. And then this is what I was saying about earlier, was third parties. Some third party apps like Google Maps as an example, they updated liquid glass design for them as well now. So now you're going to see more of that liquid glass finally take effect even on some third party apps. As you can see right there, it still features that new UI for the music listening side of things, for like audio streaming and such. I'm assuming Spotify should be no different. Yep, we have that, as well as the new menu layout. So it looks like it's going to be a standard universal things for first party and especially third parties. And then I'm sure over time we will start seeing the new glass icon updates on those other apps as well, especially Walmart. I can see Walmart having something like that. But let's click on Walmart. Here, it's the UI liquid glass thing as well, I was showing you earlier, supporting my statement that it's also appearing more and more on third-party apps. But in terms of the phone app, same exact thing. Nothing really new got added here. Now, missing features that we were expecting to see on iOS 26 is video streaming, where you could watch YouTube videos as long as you're parked. The vehicle is smart enough to detect that and will allow you to actually use your vehicle's display to listen and watch your favorite YouTube videos while you're waiting at a parking lot. Unfortunately, that feature is still not here. Not sure what's the hold up, but if I go ahead and launch something like on my YouTube channel on my iPhone, just load up a video, and I go ahead and tap the AirPlay share icon, select CarPlay, go to now playing. We still don't have that ability to watch the video that we are watching on our phone onto the big screen, unfortunately. So that's a downer. I'm very disappointed that we still don't have that ability. It seems like the best method to enable that is just to use a third-party dongle like I covered in the past, where it'll actually allow you to guarantee to watch videos on your vehicle display. But unfortunately, it's still not here. Anyways, there you guys have it. If you'd like to watch more, maybe you'd like to find out more about that little dongle I was talking about earlier that lets you watch YouTube videos on your vehicle display, I covered that in greater detail in that video right next to me. It's a lot better than spending $1,000 or so and having to replace the entire vehicle display instead. This thing, fairly inexpensive, and it's just plug and play. So easy to install. Definitely check out that video over there if you're interested. Other than that, thank you so much for watching.